when the sun bows low behind the golden dunes, and the sky softens into an ocean of blush. I stand beneath the whispering palms of memory, feeling the rhythm of poems awaken in my veins. The evening is alive, not with laughter, but with the quiet music of longing and loss. Every breeze carries a verse half forgotten. Every shadow reminds me of you. I write not for fame, not for eyes that applaud, but for the heart that once beat beside mine. The moon watches like an ancient witness, its silver gaze tracing the shape of your name. In the stillness, words begin to bloom, petals of sorrow and fragrance of hope. I ink the horizon with sighs of remembrance, and the night becomes a scroll of emotions. My poetry does not sleep when love fades. It burns quietly, beneath the ashes of silence. Each evening it resurrects itself, a phoenix of verse rising from pain. The stars gather around my solitude. They know how I whisper to your absence, how I hold conversations with memories, and how every pause becomes a prayer. I once believed love was eternal sunlight, but now I know it's the moon's pale fire, soft, distant, and loyal to darkness. Still, I walk in its glow, calling your name. The sand remembers where we stood, barefoot, laughing like children of destiny. Now those footprints are washed by time, yet their echo beats inside my soul. How strange, that silence can sing, that emptiness can be filled with you. Every poem I write is a shadow of a touch, every stanza, a heartbeat of what was. Oh, how evenings breathe differently now. Their air is laced with perfume and ache. When you were here, I never noticed twilight. Now it's my only companion. I speak to the stars, asking if they saw you, if they heard your laughter somewhere else. Perhaps your smile lights another horizon, while mine lingers in unending dusk. You taught me how to love without asking, how to lose with grace, and still write. You left, but your silence became my ink, your distance, my divine inspiration. Every poet lives between dream and wound, and I am no exception, beloved. My crown is invisible, made of verses. My throne, the desert of your absence. The world thinks I live like a prince, but poetry knows I live like a lover in exile. Royal robes cannot cover this longing. No palace can shelter a heart that bleeds ink. When I close my eyes, I see your eyes, still glimmering like stars that defy dawn. Their promise, that love never dies. It only hides in poems that survive centuries. The falcons return to their towers at dusk, but my thoughts never return from you. They circle endlessly over our memories, hungry for a glimpse of your soul. Even the wind carries my confessions across oceans and unseen skies. Somewhere you might feel a tremor. That's my heart, whispering your name again. Every evening is alive because of poetry. Because of you, the muse I lost yet keep. You exist in every pause between verses, in every tear that refuses to fall. Sometimes I wonder, did you ever read me? Not the letters, but the spaces between. That's where my love hid, quiet and endless, waiting for your understanding eyes. The night grows deeper, soft as velvet, and the city hums beneath its breath. I walk its silent corridors of thought, chasing echoes that wear your perfume. The moon follows like a faithful friend, lighting my pages, blessing my solitude. It knows, no poet writes without pain, and no pain is complete without love. How alive these evenings are! Alive with ghosts, alive with grace. I smile at the sky as if it were you, listening to the heartbeat of poetry. You once said, "Evening is the hour of truth." Yes, beloved, you were right. For in the evening, masks fall, hearts speak, and souls confess what lips cannot. If I could write you one more letter, I'd seal it with moonlight and dust. I'd send it to the stars for delivery, and wait a lifetime for your reply. But poetry has become my only messenger. It carries my longing beyond reach. Evenings come and go, yet they never end. For each one births a new line of love. My friends ask why I still write of her, why I cannot rest this bleeding art. They do not know, she is my eternity. And I am merely her poet. The waves crash like pages turning. Each one whispers, remember. I do, every glance, every goodbye. Every unspoken word that burned in silence. Even when the world sleeps, my heart stays awake, composing. For poetry is not my choice. It is my curse, my salvation, my truth. I walk through the gardens of memory, each flower blooming with her laughter. But the fragrance fades when I reach, as if love itself resists being touched. How beautiful sadness can be, when shaped by words, kissed by night. How noble heartbreak feels, when written with dignity, like royalty of pain. Oh, beloved, I am not angry. I am grateful for every wound you left. Each scar turned into a poem. Each silence, into eternal melody. I have loved beyond reason, beyond return. And so the evening lives on, eternal. Even without you, it shines softly, because your memory lights its horizon. I wander by the shore of my thoughts, tossing stones of verse into the tide. Each ripple carries a question. Did you ever love me as I loved you? The night never answers, it only glows. Perhaps silence is the truest reply. For love needs no words when it's real, and I need no proof when I can feel. The palm trees sway like ancient poets, reciting lines of unseen grief. Even the falcons seem slower tonight, as if weighed down by my memories. I write until dawn forgets to come, until ink becomes heartbeat, until pain turns into beauty, and loss becomes my only companion. Yes, the evenings are alive. Alive with your absence, alive with my verses. Every sigh I release becomes starlight. Every tear, a pearl on poetry's crown. I could live 1,000 lives, but none would escape your shadow. You are the echo of my destiny, the unending refrain of my song. If someday you walk under this same moon, pause, beloved, feel its pulse. That shimmer you see upon the sand is my soul calling across eternity. And if the wind whispers softly your name, know it's my prayer dressed as breeze. For I've turned my heartbreak into holiness, and my love into eternal verse. Time may forget us, history may fade, but poetry will guard our truth forever. For words are the only immortality that the broken heart can claim. So I keep writing, even when I bleed, even when I laugh through tears. Because somewhere in every evening, you still live, and I still love. The lamps of the city flicker awake, like eyes remembering dreams. And in that golden hush of twilight, my heart begins to write again. You once told me, write me something eternal. And so I did, I wrote you into every dusk. Now the world reads your reflection. Without knowing it's you they feel. The sky blushes, the stars lean closer, and the sea hums our unfinished song. How could love ever die, when poetry keeps resurrecting it? Sometimes I wish I could forget you. But forgetfulness is mercy, not art. And I was born for art, not mercy. So I love, and I ache, and I write. Every night is a performance of my heart. Every evening, an alive symphony. The audience is the wind and the moon. And you, unseen, are always the muse. I remember your voice, soft like dawn. Your silence, heavier than fate. Between the two, I live and breathe, balanced on the edge of memory. How strange, how divine, this paradox, that losing you made me infinite. For pain is the price of creation, and I pay it willingly, line after line. You live in the rhythm of my verses, and in the hush after each word. You are my beginning and my refrain, the living pulse of these evenings alive. I walk beneath the royal moonlight, wearing loneliness like a crown. The palace sleeps, but my soul doesn't. It writes for you, only for you. The garden fountains murmur softly, as if they too remember our laughter. Even their waters shimmer sadly, as though love once touched them too. I close my eyes and there you are, dressed in light, smiling through distance. And though the world calls it illusion, to me, it is the truth of poetry. No matter how many sunsets pass, I remain faithful to our silence. For in every unspoken goodbye lives the echo of an eternal hello. So let the evenings stay alive. Let them breathe our story forever. Because love may end, but poetry never does. And I am its endless, faithful servant. When I die, let them scatter my verses across dunes, across oceans, across stars. For somewhere they will find you again and whisper, "He never stopped loving you." Thus, even in absence, I am alive. Even in pain, I am royal. For poetry made me eternal, and your memory, divine. Every heartbeat is a verse unfinished. Every sigh, a new beginning. And as long as the evenings exist, my poem, and you, will live forever. For truly, my beloved, the evenings are alive. With your name, with my soul, and with the endless light of love.